Good morning, this is Claudette with MsPuff Creative Corner, and today I am partaking in Jill Norwood Saturday Morning Makes. I would leave Jill's YouTube channel information in the description box down below. So I'll be sharing with you a couple of projects that I created during the week. So if you're interested in that, please do stick around. So the cards that I created, some of the cards that I created, I should say, I used Stampin' Up! Sweet Citrus Bundle. So they have the stamp set, they have the hybrid embossing folder. So the hybrid embossing folder is that you could use the die and the embossing folder together. So you emboss and you cut one time. And so that is pretty cool. And these are the dies here. I love these dies because they have multiple of the flower, multiple of the leaves. Personally, I love punches because they're quicker, but when you have dies that have multiples, that's pretty cool. All right, so let me show you the cards that I created with this stamp set bundle. And which is pretty cool with this sweet citrus is that you could make lemons, limes, grapefruit, and even coconut. So I saw a card on Pinterest with a coconut, so I created one like that too as well. So this is the cards here that I created using this bundle. And this one I created an orange. And I don't know if you could see the embossing on that, the white areas. I add a little splatter to it. And I add my sentiment here, have a zesty birthday. I pop that up on some dimensionals. I add a strip of orange paper over on this side. I left the inside blank. So on this one here, I created a lemon. I left the flowers just white, add a little yellow in the inside for the flower, add some twine. I put the enjoy the sweeter things in life in black, and I stamped this first before I embossed. And then I have two layers here popped up on dimensions. Now this is the one created with the coconut. It's so people are so creative that how they just come up with different alternate ideas that something was originally created outside to what something was originally created for. And I used more of a tropical color with that. And like I said, I really replicated that card on Pinterest, and I cannot remember. I think her name is Swimming with Stamps. Her social media name is Swimming with Stamps, if I'm not mistaken. So I really love the coconut one. What do you guys think? And also I created this one here, but instead of using just the white, I added like a green background. And I really like the cleanness of the white cardstock. So that is those, and I'm going to show you some other cards that I created this week. Now I created what some window cards, or people may call them peekaboo cards, and I used the contour dies and color and contour stamp, and this is by Stampin' Up. And I also utilized the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. That one is retired. The citrus bundle is current, and also the color and contour one is current. Stampin' Up is going to be coming out with a new catalog, so some of the stuff are going to be discontinued, and so to make room for other products. So this is the stuff that I use to create my window cards or keyhole cards. And I also use the beautiful Happy stamp set. That is also current. And then the pattern and play, like this is like a background stamping thing. I use this stamp right here. This one is retired by Stampin' Up. So let me bring in those cards that I created. So these are the keyhole card or window cards that I created. I used the designer series paper here. I use a strip of white cardstock just to break up that pattern. And then with the white cardstock, I embossed that with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. And then when I cut out my flower, I did an additional layer on top of that and popped that up with some dimensional, add a little yellow ribbon there. And then this is the inside of the card. So that piece that I cut out, I use it in the inside here. I had a leftover piece of strip here because this designer series paper have a pattern on either side. Add that to the inside. Now I did another variation in the inside of that card slightly. Instead of using the leftover piece, I did some splatter. They had a splatter stamp. I put that in the inside as well as this flower here to the bottom. Then I did white with just a hint of green, like a lemon green. It says hello beautiful. Now on this one here, I use a circle. I use a circle punch to cut that out, but instead of putting the circle in here, you just punch your sentiment directly on your cardstock. So just to show you a variation of what you could do with these keyhole cards. I did emboss this, I forgot, let's see what this embossing folder here with some leaves. I didn't pull that one out. And I put the layer, add my ribbon behind the top layer. I prefer to see my ribbon hidden instead of coming inside of the card. I just add that top layer, emboss it with some leaves, and punch hello beautiful and have the coordinating ribbon with that. So, and next on this one, I was inspired by Jennifer Maguire on this one here. And I use some hard dies. So if you have layered shapes, you could create this. So I cut that out in white, add the white there and this crumb cake paper, and that's my background stamp right there. And I add that stamp in the crumb cake. I add just for you in black, so make that pop. And then I stamp the floral image inside. Then I use my alcohol markers by Stampin' Up to color those in, and I put the sentiment down here in black for a feeling better kind of day. So I think that I really love this one a lot. All right, and then what I also created was some paper Easter baskets. And these are pretty easy. I have videos on how I created those cards as well as the baskets if you want to go ahead and check out these tutorials. But on this one basket right here, I use cardstock and then I layer it with designer series paper. It makes it a little bit more sturdier. And then I add some trimming here to the handle, some ribbon trimming, some lace trimming here to the handle. So it holds a lot of these little eggs in here. And then here when I put the handle here, I just add like a 1/2 inch circle around here just to hide the lines where everything is connected. I also add those circles in the inside. And I did one here in a designer series paper. And I think it came out pretty cute too. So you could step these up. You could make them as plain as you want, edge them up with some ink, just to add some dimension, being that this is more of, you know, you could barely see the printed paper to break that up a little bit. All right, some people use these as carriages, picnic baskets. So these would be nice for like a baby shower too as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you like what you saw here today. If you do, just go ahead and hit that like button down below. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoy what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.